So here's the scene. I'm at Zuccotti Park right now, and it's raining. And I guess that would explain the umbrellas. So if you weren't able to take visual cues, let me fill you in. It is raining. And the crowd isn't as big as some of the times that I've been down here, but we understand that that is probably because of the rain. It's also a lot colder. So people have the ponchos. There's media that set up at the front of the encampment here. And I was going to do a live report, but I'm worried about getting the camera or the phone that I'm using wet. So I'll just take a little walk around and show you what we've got. And so this coverage will be abbreviated. And it'll just be me checking in with a report. I'd like to talk to some of these occupiers. They did get a major victory. And
the amount of people that are paying in, and we will be able to afford all of the social programs that we have come to know, love, and rely on in America.
So is this why you're here?
That's why I'm here. Yep.
What's making a difference for you to be here around so many people?
I feel this may be one of the most important things I'm ever involved in my life. And I would hate to see it just fizzle out. I would love to see it gain more momentum and more momentum throughout the United States, throughout the world.
Were you here this morning?
Yes, I was.
What happened?
Well, actually, I got up at 4:30 to come in here to protest against Mayor Bloomberg trying to evict everyone from the park. I turned on my news this morning. I found out that that actually had been postponed. So actually, I went back to bed for 2 more hours, and I was out here by 8 o'clock. And I was standing on the corner down there, right across from the World Trade Center. And with this sign, this hard hat, my high-vis vest, trying to spread the message to all my brothers and sisters that are working on the World Trade Center that, hey, this is about sustaining the middle class in America, and if you're not willing to stand up and fight for that, shame on you.
What did the CNN reporter just tell you?
She told me that I was probably mistaken on what she had said to me, but, hey, you know.
What did you ask her to do?
Well, when she was here before, I told her, thank you for being here. It's great to see the media out and covering this. And she told me, well, why don't you hang out? It would be nice to see to have a hunky construction worker behind us. Yeah. And I came over here again today, and I thanked her. I go, hey, thank you for allowing me to be in your shot. My friends and family back in Los Angeles got a chance to see me. She told me it would be nice to have a hunky construction worker behind you. And she said, I said that? I go, yes, you did. She goes, oh, okay, like, I'm full of crap. I know my eyes are brown, but that's not the reason.
But she didn't let you speak on CNN?
No, absolutely not.
Why do you think you didn't speak on CNN? What do you think, like, say in full sentence, CNN somewhere?
Well, they probably didn't want me to be on CNN because I'm not Brad Pitt.
Other than that, why do you think they didn't want you on CNN?
I don't know. Maybe because I'm fairly well spoken. I have issues that I try and raise, and I don't know. Maybe they're out here just trying to get idiotic comments to make it look like it's a bad thing that's happening out here. I really don't know.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Talk about it! Talk about it! How we get control of the federal government. How we get control of the federal government. Article 5 of the United States. Constitution.
here. And everybody lines up along the walkway here to be interviewed or captured. They look like they're all wearing labels on their faces, so. I'm in Zuccotti Park. This is the Fire Dog Lake live stream. It's raining. I don't know how long this report will go, but it doesn't look like my camera is getting too wet, so I'll continue as long as I can. And I will walk around these people and see if I can get a shot.
Media's coming through. Media's coming through. Media's coming through. Thank you.
Well, they've got protesters who have lined up for the history of military interventions. Guatemala, 1954. Lebanon, 1958, Vietnam, 1950s to 1970s, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Indonesia, 1 million killed in CIA-assisted coup, Detroit in 1967, United States, 68, after Martin Luther King was killed, over 21,000 soldiers deployed in USC. Cambodia, 1969 and 1970s, South Dakota in 1973, Army and FBI siege after Lakota activists occupy Wounded Knee, 2 killed, U.S. cavalry massacred 150 Lakota, Nicaragua in the 1980s, Los Angeles, 1992, Army and Marines deployed against anti-police brutality uprising, Somalia, 1992, 1994, U.S.-led military intervention, Iraq, 1990 to still going on, bombings, war, sanctions, invasion, occupations, Colombia in the 2000s, Philippines, 2001 to 2000, worldwide. This says U.S. and worldwide allies military and repression agenda launched under guise of global war on terror, kidnapping and torture regime are escalated and normalized at Guantanamo, Abu Ghraib, Bagram, and dozens of secretive and extra-legal sites. Pakistan, 2001 to 2000, still going on. Yemen, Somalia, Afghanistan, still going on. Haiti backs the coup against Aristide. Libya, NATO bombing.
Ran in 2008, didn't get the Republican nomination. The guy that took John McCain and wins.
Sorry.
If it was a rain, I guess it's from the other side of your side.
We got options. We got options.
Sure do. Yeah. Well, it's because it makes it.
However, our forefathers also had slaves. When they
That's some money too. Paid for school. We take 280 pages of them suicide. 280 pages.
Here's calling out BP for being a corporate criminal. Hey, can I ask you why you came down here with your message against the BP oil spill at Occupy Wall Street?
Because I have a lot of friends at the Gulf that are very ill, and I've been keeping up with it ever since it happened, and I just see all their news and all the real information, and then I see how BP America has all these articles saying everything's okay, and then, you know, and you get all these court cases where it's not okay, and all the dolphins are dying, and people are sick, and it's just big government cover-up.
Yeah.
So I just came down here with my friends at the Gulf of Mexico because BP is evil.
Because it all goes back to the corporations being able to get away with everything.
I mean, they just hired the Pentagon press secretary for Bush and Obama. They just hired him as their PR guy. That's how big it is. That is amazing.
All right. Well, good luck.
Freedom Charles!
I'm in Zuccotti Park. This is the evening after they survived what was going to be an eviction this morning, and it was called off. It's raining, and we've been streaming for about 12 minutes here. I just went by and looked at a lineup that a group has put together. I'm not quite sure what the group is, but this is a group that has put each military intervention in the history of the United States on a piece of paper, and they're standing in a line, and they put labels over their mouth so that it was a silent protest. You know, none of them really talking to the media about why they lined up, just making the statement of the history of military interventions. So we've got those people who have brought that message to Occupy Wall Street, and I don't know if it reinforces Occupy Wall Street or not, but it certainly does draw attention to another dimension of corruption, or I guess the rot of moral character in the United States. Over in the area by the Trinity Street, we've got the WikiLeaks truck taking off, and that was parked here this morning. So WikiLeaks truck has been showing support for Occupy Wall Street. Down on this end, the drum circle is back together, and you know, like I said, it was raining, and you know, we're still cleaning, still keeping up the cleanliness of the park. It is raining, so that may not actually be necessary, but everybody here is concerned about keeping the park clean because they know that that is, well, the Brookfield Properties claims it's a concern. So here we've got candles lit, appear to be candles lit for world peace.
What are we going on?
got me a copy of the Occupied Wall Street Journal. So, probably roll that up here and save that memento piece of history. Let's tune into this drum circle. Definitely not one of the better drum circles that they have put together, but so media down here set up on and we're going back around the park. Thank you for tuning in to Firedog Lake's live stream. It's rainy and a lot colder. Everybody, though, is here and happy with how things went this morning. Occupy Wall Street continues. No eviction. Don't know if they've had a meeting with the park owner yet, if there's been some kind of a deal negotiated. Still a lot of media. The media trucks that go up and down, I believe, Cedar. And handing out copies of the Occupied Wall Street Journal to people. You've got people gathering up front. Previously, we walked by a lineup of the world not so much say about it. No, I mean I do as well. Yeah. Have you ever watched any? I'm not quite sure what that is, but okay. Again, here's the end of the park by Liberty and Broadway that we're pointed at, and then the Broadway side, and this is what I was talking about with people lined up, showing the history of military interventions, beginning at 1951 with Korea. Of course, they could go before that, and they could show other instances of military intervention. So they brought this message to Occupy Wall Street. And a lot of people stopping to take photos.
Yeah, I don't know.
And get out of the way here so people can take their photos here. They say it summarizes the ones included, and then these are the ones we walked through earlier. But this is the lineup again, and I'll have this clip posted at the FDL Live blog, and you can go back through it. I read off each one so that you could see what they were presenting there. Now that's about the extent of the action in Zuccotti Park, or what they call Liberty Park, which is its name before the owner renamed it. Not much protest action. The General Assembly is not in session. There are people standing over here with signs. For those who don't know the setup of the park, over on the Broadway end, people usually line up with signs, and they do interviews with the media. And cameras basically are free to walk up and down, but we had to keep moving. If we stop, the police will ask us to go inside the park, but they're back in, and so it's possible to stop and do interviews. Okay, thank you for tuning in. This was the evening report from Liberty Park. Here's the corner. This is the police, and WikiLeaks truck has decided to park over there. Probably will be asked to move. And this is the street where the police presence is maintained, where they park their vehicles. And okay, I'm signing off. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kevin Gastola with FDL's The Dissenter. Been doing coverage of this since day one. Tomorrow's a huge day, with October 15th being a global day of demonstrations, or some people say a global day of revolution. And everyone here is probably going to be going home to get rested, to come out and be participating in a big day of action. What I can give you is a preview. The preview is that tomorrow there will be actions targeted against banks around 10 a.m. I'll be trying to cover that. There's supposed to be a march in Times Square. I'll hopefully be able to get to that and cover it. And then there's some kind of an afternoon action, I think, involving students. And if I can, I will be covering that. But this is the park. This is the scene here at Liberty Park. And thank you for watching. You have a good evening.